Good afternoon, everyone. We are the Group 1 and today we are going to discuss about the panoramic survey by Rizal. The essence of the life of Jose Rizal is marked by the conditions that existed during his lifetime in the Philippines and around the world, particularly in Europe. Rizal is the product of his era, and his message set forth a human declaration that all human beings, without any distinction of any kind, are born free in equal dignity and right. The 19th century stand out as an extremely dynamic and creative age, especially in Europe and the United States. However, 19th century Philippines was largely medieval, although signs of progress or change were noticed in certain sectors. So here's the question that you want to answer. The first is, who ruled the Philippines in the 19th century? And what is the situation of the Philippines during the 19th century? The Philippines in the 19th century. Social structure. Philippine society was predominantly feudalistic, the results of the Spanish land holding system imposed upon the country with the arrival of the conquistadores. Conquistadores, or an elite class, exploited the masses, fostered by the master-slave relationship between the Spaniards and the Filipinos. Political system. Spain governed the Philippines through the Ministro de Ultramar, or Ministry of the Colonies, established in Madrid in 1863. This body helped the Spanish monarchs manage the affairs of the colonies and govern the Philippines through a centralized machinery exercising executive, legislative, judicial, and religious powers. Sources of abuses in administrative system. So dito po tatalakayin yung mga pinagmulan ng pang-aabuso ng mga officials sa mga native Filipino noong 19th century. The main cause of weakness of the administrative system was the appointment of officials with inferior qualifications. So, mostly na pinapadala sa ating bansa noon is yung mga officials na hindi dedicated sa kanilang duty at no moral strength to resist corruption. At ang iba naman sa kanila is mga abusive and unqualified officers na instead na mag-focus sila sa role nila as a public officer para mapanatili ang kaayusan sa ating bansa, is mas nakafocus sila sa pagpapayaman through corruption. And the worst thing po dito is nagiging brutal sila at abusive sa mga native Filipinos na hindi sang-ayon sa kanilang pamamalakad at as public officers. Complicating the situation is the union of the church and state. There was also complication in the situation between the union of the church and state. So, yung mga priests po, or what we call the friars, also became powerful, cruel, and corrupt. The missionaries, or the friars as they were known, played a major role not only in propagating the Christian faith, but also in the political, social, economic, and cultural aspect of the Filipinos. Aside po sa pagpapalaganap ng salita ng Panginoon, these priests po, or friars, helped in pacifying the country. The check adopted by Spain to minimize abuses either proved ineffective or discouraged. The official appointed by the King of Spain were ignorant of Philippines. So, ito po yung naging rason behind their bad motives to our Philippine nation. The most corrupt branch of government was the Alcalde. So, most of them, mga dishonest and corrupt officials, they exacted more tributes than required by law and pocketed the excess collections. Also, minomonopolize nila yung provincial trade at kinokontrol nila yung mga bilihin at yung mga business practices. Yung mga parish priest po is pwede nilang i-check yung mga anomalya ng alcaldes, ngunit Sa kabilang banda, uh, they encouraged the abuses in exchange for favors. Participation in the government of the natives was confined to the lowest offices. So mostly yung mga native Filipino noon is nakakapag-participate lang sila as gobernadorcillo of a town and cabeza de barangay of a barrio. The position of gobernadorcillo was honorary entitled to 2 pesos per month. The natural and constitutional rights and liberties of the Indios were curtailed, homes were searched without warrants. Mostly yung mga native Filipino noon, they were convicted and exiled for reading filibusteros books, magazines, and other written materials. So, dati, hindi basta-basta pinapublish yung mga magazines or other written materials without the approval of the Board of Censors.
The price of political instability. Spain was reluctant to accept scientific and technological advancement while her neighbors, England and France, became industrialized and powerful nations. So, what is the meaning of political instability? The standard definition of political instability is the propensity of government collapse either because of conflicts or rampant competition between various political parties. Also, the occurrence of a government change increases the likelihood of subsequent changes. Political instability tends to be persistent. The celebrated motto of the French Revolution, liberty, equality, and fraternity, and the pronouncement of philosophers like Rousseau, Voltaire, and Montesquieu. The turbulence that accompanied the changes during the 19th century was not only caused by the invasion of the French, but as Salvador de Madariaga, a historian, aptly puts it, the Spaniards, fought against themselves. They fought against the hostility of despicable court, and they fought the hardest battle of all against their political. The efforts of Spaniards to establish new institutions after the War of Independence. Significance of the report. A panoramic survey will help Filipinos to better understand the beginning and the development of Filipino nationalism. Also, it strengthens our sense of nationalism, and we will appreciate the effort of every Filipino who suffered and fight for our freedom against.
For learning experience and reflections, we learn to value and appreciate more the hardship and effort made by Rizal and other Filipino heroes to achieve the independence of the Philippines against the